Welcome back to our weekly walkthrough where we bring the above, below, and talk about the transits you should know. So on this week's astrology and tarot forecast, we get a bit of a break, except for my device, which we're having some weird screen issues still, but other than that, it's a simpler, easier week. We start off with Moon Day and our Virgo moon, conjunct South Node, opposing the North Node. In the evening, like wee hours, we're talking 2:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Venus does a nice little dance with Chiron, possibly giving some insight, 10:55 a.m. in the morning. Moon does oppose Mars in the afternoon and square Venus before going void. So as the day goes on, the retrograde energy kind of builds up again, and to no surprise for anyone who's been watching over the last few weeks, yes, we got another magician reversed, because yes, Mercury is still retrograde and ruling both Venus and Mars as well as the moon for Moon Day. So there's still some dysfunction, but we have our cute little Ganesha version here, which is, the mover of obstacles doesn't just move obstacles out of our way, but into our way. So I want you to ask yourself on Monday, what is the opportunity that this dysfunction is highlighting? Particularly in our social relationships and things like that, our dynamics with other people. What opportunity is there when something stops working? What opportunity does the conflict bring to move things forward in a different way or to change course? From there, we jump over into Tuesday, where the Libra moon, who bounces in just before midnight Mountain Time on Monday, gets really dynamic. Conversation with Uranus, Saturn, oppositions with Saturn and Neptune, as well as a trine to Pluto, sextile the Sun, sextile Mercury, square Jupiter before going void for 37 hours and 27 minutes. So on the 29th, we're just looking at a lot of action. We're looking at a lot of different things in motion and movement. And we have weird-ass mystical shit reversed, which this to me feels like a lot of messages that we're like, but what does it mean? Like the omens where we can't really track them and it's just a bunch of random things coming at us. So this is one of those days where we want to be logging and recording things that are happening without necessarily trying to make meaning out of them on Mars Day. Like, let yourself sleep on it. And particularly once that moon goes void, we want to spend time with our bodies. We really want to be nurturing ourselves and being in presence on through Wednesday and the beginning of Thursday. So with that, when things get weird, we ground. We just come back to what we know. We come back to the tangible. And then for Wednesday, the main story, we have Chiron stationing retrograde. Happens all the time, but station days can really kind of grind in a point. It's at 27 degrees Aries. So if you have anything near that in cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer at near 27 degrees, definitely pay attention. And also, it just might feel a little crunchy, a little ouchy in the Aries section, which has already kind of been put through the ringer, particularly with the beginning of Aries. So now we have pressure at the beginning and the end. But Venus also moves into Cancer, escaping a very overburdened retrograde Mercury being her host. And with that, we get the Empress, and this is particularly the juicy pomegranate Empress. Wasn't surprised to see her. So this is, again, we're just in a self-care day on Wednesday. We're in an embodied day. We're in a practical day. Like void moons, we want to really shore up all of the lunar things, particularly because this void moon is going to be moving from Libra over into Scorpio. But we will have a beautiful mutual reception from the void Libra moon and Venus in Cancer, because moon rules Cancer, Venus rules Libra. And so they're chatting, and they're just kind of in isolation chatting. And, Venus is sharing a house with Jupiter. So it's kind of a decadent Wednesday, but maybe like artist date style, solo date style, not necessarily bringing anyone else into the picture. On Thursday, we jump over into our fallen Scorpio moon, hosting Jupiter in Cancer, which is a little rough on a Jupiter day, I won't lie. It's not my favorite thing. So early morning may be better, because we have 11:24 a.m. is when the Scorpio moon ingresses. Then we do get a trine to Venus immediately. Still nice. She's still like, we're still friends even though you switch signs. But then square to Pluto in the afternoon. And we do have our Mercury Cazimi, which again is Mercury at the heart of the sun at 5:41 p.m. Mountain Time. And that's our turning point in the retrograde. That's like, okay, we're halfway there. Please, freedom. It's when we get some insight. It's when we get some clarity about the stuff that we've been vacillating on and shifty about, and like, do I really want this? Is this the right mode? And our guidance that day is the Child of Staves reversed. And this feels very much like that inner communication. Like this Cazimi point is wherever Leo is in your chart, let yourself sit with what you have been considering. Like you can use it for conversations with others, but it does feel a little bit more, just like with Wednesday, it feels more solo to me. It'll be different for different people, obviously. But really let yourself be present with the messages. Make some space for it. Do some journaling. And I don't know, I don't really feel like it's a good day to launch something, in part because of the fallen moon and the fallen Saturn of it all. But, use your own discretion, as always. We move over into Friday, and we still have our fallen moon, square Mercury and the sun. And then Venus squares Saturn, which is why I'm not surprised to see the Five of Cups. It's kind of like soggy, sad, like, And then Venus, of course, squares Neptune too. And it's our half moon day. It's this check-in point. Vivian of Stars in Alignment called Saturn and Neptune the gatekeepers of summer 2025. And it really is kind of the vibe. Like, very, very well said. And there is this, like, nobody gets to get through these summery signs without going through us first. And it's harsh. It's this reality check. It's like, okay, I want to do these cozy lunar things. I want to connect with people and collage and cook and agency. Systems. What do I need to let go of? Nothing I'm making lasts. How can I make this work? And the answer is to let yourself grieve it. Let the grief flow. Because if we don't let the grief flow, it stagnates. And if it stagnates, it starts to make us sick. And that can be metaphorically or literally sometimes. Like, stagnation is not healthy. We need to get that, like, fetid energy out and put it in soil where it can compost and grow something. From there, we move into Saturday, and we have Scorpio moon trine the North Node and, bumping into Mars for a little bit of a dialogue before going briefly void again. And we have the Knight of Swords. And so Saturday feels like a little bit faster. It's like, all right, I figured out what I'm upset about, and I did all the feeling stuff. Now I need to get some things done. Now I'm up in the head again. And that's okay, but just remember to use your discernment and not be reckless as you push forward and act on the things that you have learned throughout the week. We still want to know who we're swinging the sword at before we bring it down. Sunday, literally at 12 a.m. on the dot Mountain Time, we get the Sagittarius moon. Hooray! We're back in mutual reception territory with Jupiter. It's party. And really, it is a party for the Sagittarius moon because we get an opposition with Uranus, trine with Saturn and Neptune, linking fingers with Pluto, trining Mercury. Like, it's just, we're talking about everything. And with that, we do have the party, but there is still, like, the grayscale, black and white of it all does feel like it's like, all right, I'm going to celebrate these milestones, but it's still a little bit heavy. And then we have Strength Reverse, which shows, like, what do we need? Like, what kind of celebration do we need to give us the energy to move forward? How can we bring that inner strength and resolve out? All right, it's low-key, but still has some movements. So happy week, and let me know what you think in the comments.